It's the Caleb MTG Gathering Show.
We just did an artifact deck. So I think that means I take Flash over Tinker. Build around this one. Maybe make some fast worms, huh? Strip Mine's interesting. Underground Sea, Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox lets you turn one Flash. It's kind of sweet. I feel like Strip Mine pulls me in like a very different direction from the Flash is the only issue. Could take Cryptic. Cryptic was so good in the Artifact Mirror. That last league. Playing Cryptic over and over was just kind of it, you know, just helped us win. Hey, thanks, Lotus Lars. Appreciate it. You must have missed it. The sweeper made a 4/4 Gavarian. That's all I was saying. You said, did you consider making a 4/4 instead of playing the sweeper? And I was saying I did because I was being unhelpful, I guess. Just speaking your truth? Yeah. Trop is the best combo for Flash. Why is that? I think Underground Sea is a little bit better because Flash plays with Reanimator pretty well. If I was going to take one of those duels. And then Black's got some nice tutor action. Just take both Moxen. Just greedily snap up all the Moxen. These counters and stuff are pretty nice. When Hulk Flash was the deck in Legacy, people played all the free counters and stuff they could. Everyone just tried to fucking win on turn 0. I would take the Mox Diamond and probably Wheel Spell Pierce. Hey, there we go. There we fucking go. We got a deck. I mean, I guess I need some things to imprint on my Chrome Mox, but we got a deck. Just need some tutors and stuff. Maybe Memory's sweet. Oh, Tyrant's like okay with Flash. It's not especially exciting, but it's okay. This is like one of the more beatable cards that you can put into play. I guess it's like semi-castable too. I was really, really low on it at first. And then I put it into play off Eureka a few times. With a bunch of other chonkers. And I was like, no, this is sweet. Hey, Chop thinks the sub, thinks the 78 months. Yeah, right, Rivioli. I was just thinking about that too. Yeah, but like if your card needs to win the game, retract. Like you want your combo to win the game, right? Not just like be reasonable or good. Like it's gotta be. Oh, Shelldock Kyle's interesting with this start. Oh, Shelldocky action. Jace would be sweet too. Give the Flash some redundancy. Flash multiple times in a game. Find it more often. We're going to take Shelldock here, though. I'm going to grab Dark Slick. Sup, Yvonne? Unreasonably strong. Right. If you build your whole deck around a card and like play a bunch of tutors to find it and stuff, like you kind of it's got to win the game, right? We're not tinkering for worm coils over here. The turn 1 Wolfspine Worm. Yeah, I got to do that to somebody this in this cube, and it was pretty sweet. You could turn 0 Flash with both Spirit Guides and Manamorphose. I've seen a lot of turn 1s. I've not seen a turn 0 Flash. Crazy that Flash wasn't in the cube for so long. Yeah. I mean, well, it doesn't work that well with that many cards, right? Like, there's some cards that it does stuff with, but it's actually not that impressive. Like, it's not worth having Flash in just, like, make 3/3/3s or something, right? But Atraxa, very good. And Atraxa is a newer card. And then World Spine Worm is another piece of that puzzle. Oh, speaking of the devil. There's an anime dead there, too. Unfortunate passing that one. Holy shit, Lotus Lars. Lotus with a very generous $100 donation. Appreciate you. That's very fucking kind, Lotus. Yeah, World Spine Worm came in with Flash, yeah. Hell yeah, Lotus. I appreciate it. Excellent vibes. Should we try for it? Should we try for the... No corns from Caleb? I can spam some corns. Am I getting called out? As much as I love Shortcut, I'm gonna grab this Dothy. Recurring Nightmare is actually interesting, though, huh? Recurring Nightmare, Vaultborn Tyrant. Maybe that's where it's at. Dothy's sweet, though. Yeah, I think this Reanimator stuff might give me a nice backup plan. I like Memory, but I don't think we're doing that with this deck. Dance does work with the Worm, yeah. Excuse me? We're gonna take Demonic Tutor here. Oh, something that's important to note. We passed a blue pack that had Daze, Spell Pierce, and Jace the Mind Sculptor, and none of the blue cards wheeled, so there are 4 blue drafters in this. There are at least 4 blue drafters in this pod. Yeah, this Demonic Tutor is a sick pickup. Little life death action. I don't think I can splash Minsk. I don't think I'm about that. Troll's kind of nice. Troll can imprint to Chrome Mox or find a lane for Mox Diamond. It works with both of them. I think I'm supposed to be grabbing Life Death. But Troll's like so good for the mana. Entomb. Here we go, huh? Here we go. Some Ponder action. I think I love this Ponder, actually. Not a lot for Recurring Nightmare so far, but, like, that's okay. The Demonic Tutor was an awesome pickup. Our deck's gonna get so much more consistent. You want to stip where I draft whatever I feel like and have fun? I can try to do that. Just for you, Lotus. Little Thoughtseize action, huh? Thoughtseize is so good in Reanimator. The fact that you can, like, point it at yourself just works so well. I don't think I can use any of this. Maybe Scour. Is Reanimator the best deck in the cube? Nah. When you're talking about, like, best decks, it's, like, kind of awkward. And, like, are you comparing all the deck ceilings? Are you comparing, like, the average when you try and force it? Liliana's interesting. Ulamog works with Corpse Dance, but with none of our other cards, so let's grab Lily here. The highest ceiling is Blue Eye Time Walk. Blue Eye Time Walk does have a very high ceiling. Artifacts has a high ceiling. Breach has a high ceiling. There's so many decks that you could just, like, throw in the ring there. I think red aggro is very good and very consistent. Very easy to draft consistently. And just do well with over and over. Either whether it's like red-green or Boros. Think about Mud as another discard outlet. And could also grab the curtains. Is mono red the most consistent deck of the format? Well, consistency doesn't mean a lot. By itself. You gotta be, like, powerful too. I don't think mono red is better than red green or Boros. Couple of discard outlets here. You feel like the draw 7 combo has the highest ceiling? Yeah, but, like, you can't really compare regular draft to Supreme, because, like, the shittiest Supreme drafts are still gonna have, like, more power than you can get in a regular draft. You know what I mean? It's a different format. I might play that Dig to Time, actually. And it does make Thought Scour look a little better. Fable's so good. We have a Mutt here. In terms of red. I was kind of hoping, I don't know. We get a nice duel or a nice Mox or something. Fable's worth splashing. Narset's okay. We do have a lot of threes, though, and it takes double blue. I'm going to take a Black Cleave Cliffs. Actually, maybe I want Currency Converter. I do want Currency Converter. This is actually a deck where I'd play Limdol's Vault, too, so hopefully that comes back. It might be the only deck that a 2-mana Vamp Tutor is really exciting. A little Preordain action. Oh, Ashen Rider's not bad with Flash. Is that another one to consider? I think I want the Preordain. Sometimes Ashen Rider wheels, too. You messed up Currency Converter and Reanimator pretty bad. Oh, just misclicking. Very easy to misclick with this card. Flashin' Rider, that's the name. The Converter plays really well with this Liliana, too. Thinking about the Mana Vault. Yeah, I guess this is the best deck for it. Do I want a Chart a Course or do I want a Soul Cauldron out of the sideboard? We already have a little bit of graveyard hate with the Lantern. I guess I'm just drafting Chart a Course. Force of Will. Force of Will is a hot pickup. I think we have the blue count for it, too. I'm going to take it over Tar Pit. I think there's a solid chance we're cutting Fable if we don't see a bunch of late fixing. Very cool, Tim's a turd. I'm not sure whether we'll play the Simian Spirit Guide if it's off color. It certainly is tempting, huh? For the turn 1 flash. Snapcaster and Watergrave and Duress. Snapcaster is very good in this deck, but we're going to take Watergrave here. We just have all these like nice cantrips, and then Stepping Back Flash is pretty good, but we need the fixing. For sure. I no longer think that there's 3 other blue drafters to ND. We wouldn't have gotten the blue count for Force of Will if that was the case. I think pack 1 was just weird when people are like dipping their toes into blue to see if it was open when they like saw late Days or Spell Pierce or something. And then the next pack they realized it wasn't that open. It is unlikely that Fable makes the cut currently, but it still could. Don't need like a lot of red sources, right? Because I wouldn't mind playing a few for the mud anyway. I don't think I want any of this. I don't want any of this either. I think I might actually play Thought Scour. One more blue card for Force of Will. Helps fill up the graveyard for Dig Through Time. And I'm looking short on playables. All of those factors. Like, I don't really want to play Virtue. Oh, the Vault made it. Cool, cool. Is our creature count too low for Recurring Nightmare? It is. Hell yeah. Almost don't even want to play the second Triumph. I did not want Goryo's, no, it only works with Atraxa here. I usually want my reanimation spells to hit multiple cards in my deck. If and I can swing it. How's it going? It's going pretty well. Going pretty damn well. Had some sweet games. Had a sick donation earlier. Drinking some nice tea. Had a very chill morning. Yeah, so Kaido makes 1/1s for Recurring Nightmare, and we also have Creeping Tar Pit. But then maybe I'd have to play this Lazav. Is this card interesting here? The attack trigger will never exile World's Fine Worm. Yeah, typically I count Chrome Mox as a land and Mox Diamond as a spell based on what they pitch, right? Lazav's also another blue card for Force of Will. It's kind of nice. If I cut the Recurring Nightmare, I only have 2 reanimation effects in the Flash, which feels low. Feels like a low amount of those things to have. Especially with Entomb here. And all these nice discard outlets. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut the Lazav. And then I'm not sure if I should play the Simian Spirit Guide or not. Could be another creature for Recurring Nightmare if I have a Mox Diamond. Mox Diamond very specifically. I actually want to invert those. Because we have a double black card here, and Shelldock only makes blue. This gives us even sources. Oh, we have an extra slot. Okie doke. You like Lazav over Thought Scour? I think that's close. I think I'm going to run the Scour for the Dig Through Time, for the Shelldock Isle. I don't love it, but I'm going to try it out. Updating Stream Decker. You want to put out Botanical to hardcast the Dino? Maybe. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, our curve doesn't really go up beyond 3 anyway. I buy it. Then we have 3 green sources between the Sanctum, the Zagoth Triome, and the Mox Diamond. Yeah, I was hoping to slow dredge the Atraxa here. Well, this grief's kind of gunking up my plans. Could be much worse, too, if they haven't reanimate that they were planning on pointing at the grief, and they're just like, oh, that's way better. We were just talking about it, Mark. The index of humidity to heat where someone dies. The wet bulb index. Why is it called slow dredging? Because fast dredging, you play like a careful study or something. Ooh, interesting. Whereas slow dredging, you go to your discard step, right? A little bit worried about them reanimating my tracks if I bid it now. But I might like want to Thoughtseize them next turn. I'll do it like I planned. I also didn't want to downtick Kaido, even though it seems like that would have given me more value. Because then they can bolt Kaido on our upkeep or any other instant speed burn spell, right? A shock or what have you. Kind of ripped. I mean, there's a solid number of discard outlets in the deck. Oh, that is a bummer. Not a lot. Not a lot going on here. Let's grab... What are Shelldock Isles? Interesting. Definitely want Dig Through Time. I think I'm just going to grab Swamp. Vault to set up Shelldock. I could do that. We're just like, we're a ways away from Shelldock. We're getting 3 cards here. I guess Kaido also loots. We also like have one of our Shelldock hits in hand. There's only one more fatty left in the deck. I don't think there's a way for me to get back the flash. Yeah, I never got that Snapcaster Mage. Hey, you too, tasty cactus. Even the second swamp's gonna let me play Liliana if that's what the dig finds. Sure. A little bit worried about this memory jar. Thought of grabbing the pup to bin the worm. Get a nice shuffle. Yeah, maybe spawn. I am interested. Sweat Orchid Phantom's the new card. Oh, and the fucking Blink Dog. Oh my god. Oh, and Savin's Reclamation. Yeah, Reclamation makes sense. Yeah, that deck looks absolutely miserable to play. I might play it. Whom was the Siren song? Yeah, that was Mutoid Man. Off their most recent album. Not Kraken Jar, huh? Interesting. Infinite Worms. Nah, you're asking the wrong questions, Shinobi Striker. It's like asking someone if like brandy is better than gin or something. It's like, well, what do you like? You like meth? Yeah, the people that like meth seem to really enjoy it. Kind of makes me feel like there's something to it, huh? Like, why would so many people? No, that's gotta be wrong. Doing some random cantripping and stuff before attacking, so the duelist deals a little bit more damage. Could have pondered too. The advantage to holding on to ponders in case they lead with Inquisition. Then you still get to force will something, right? Fire Covenant targeting a single creature. Interesting. So they take 4, go down to 11, and then we'd have 10 damage on board for next turn. Yeah, that's interesting, right? I guess I force. Now they're in a spot where they kind of have to crack this jar, right? Oh, I feel like they know how Fire Covenant works. Wouldn't be a very interesting card if you could only target one thing. I guess I'll cover Recurring Nightmare and maybe Mutt. Adding in some artifacts. You saw someone on Reddit posting that their Ambien was spiked with fentanyl? That's fucked up. I'm of the opinion that, like, almost nobody should be taking Ambien. That stuff is, that stuff's dangerous. If you, like, don't pass out, then you end up in this, like, weird dream state where you don't remember anything and you don't act like yourself. Kind of terrifying. There were kids that I went to high school with that would, like, save it up and abuse it and such. Your dad would take entire trips to the grocery store in a semi-blacked out Ambien state? Yeah, right? Isn't that terrifying? That's scary to me. Hopefully this forest isn't bad. I was gonna lead on Tar Pit so I could Limdal's Vault on too, but I think Lanterning the Grief makes a lot of sense, right? Now if they've got Animate Dead for Grief again, like their last game draw, they're not gonna be able to do anything. Give me a little bit of time. Oh, we can just vault anyway. This might be like a really sick curve, right? We force-willed the fucking Grief and then exiled it. And now we're set up to turn 3 Flash anyway. Yeah, we could Vaultborn, but I don't think that's good enough. Let's pay the life. Any order. Yes, any order. Yes, any order. No. I'm gonna draw a land so we can pay for a spell days or whatever. Or no, I need to draw the Atraxa, that's right. I'm not drawing a land. I'm drawing the worm, right. Okay, let's put Atraxa on top then. I guess it doesn't really matter. It sort of does, right? They might answer my thing. Yeah, I did say almost nobody, Sons. Obviously it does good work for some folks. And I'm not a fucking doctor. Was just saying, I think people should treat it a little bit more seriously, that's all. Based on my own experiences. Yeah, I like doing this EOT, because then if they have Toxic Deluge, they can't use it to get rid of the worms. So we hit them for 15 down to 5 here. Ooh, and we get to draw a card. A Cube Doctor, yeah. What's in the opponent's hand? I imagine there's a lot of Animate Deads and stuff over there. They probably kept their hand off of Grief with turn 2 Animate Dead. And then we put a stop to that, so they didn't have much of a follow-up. Oh, hell yeah. This is fucking sick. Yeah, do our own research. Playing the flash on their upkeep means they can't force a negation me if that's a card they play. And then doing it before their land drop means that we don't get spell pierced or whatever. Yeah, it's like playing Sea Canyon Minotaur. We're not really a recurring Nightmare deck. But I feel better having recurring Nightmare in here than like just having Flash, Life, Death, and Corpse Dance. Because Corpse Dance doesn't kill somebody, you know? Corpse Dance is good, but it's not going to kill somebody. When you flash in and it tracks it too, and you find a recurring Nightmare off of it, you're probably going to find something to get it back. Even if it's like a Tar Pit or a Planeswalker down tick. Yeah, I guess we just go like turn 1 Rafine's Tower, turn 2 Demonic Tutor for Life Death. And then hopefully we'll have our third land. We can go Entomb Life Death on 3. For turn 3 Atraxa. That's how I feel, Williams. I think the update looks really good. The new old border treatment. Yeah, still gonna lead on tower. Have I paid the difference to keep the creature with flash in this cube? I have, yeah. Basically, my, I think I'm gonna let them have her fellows. That's mighty tempting. The Thoughtseize here. But I do want to make an Atraxa next turn, so. Yeah, I was in a spot where, like, I flashed in a Ragavan on my opponent's EOT to play around a sorcery speed removal spell because the opponent was at 2. And then they ended up having Fury in their hand, so it was, it was pretty sick. King Gizzard is touring this year, yeah. Hell yeah, Retract. Or hell yeah, Funko. OS. Hope you have a good time. Do we entomb on our upkeep to avoid drawing a Atraxa? Yeah, we'll see what the opponent's doing here. Not counting my chickens that'll even get to untap with my hand, right? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, they're not even making me burn the fucking force. That's awesome. Mox Diamond's sick. We can Thoughtseize him this turn. And then Limdal's Vault can find me Flash for the worm. Or do I just want to use Corpse Dance? I would need another mana, right, to go Mutt into Corpse Dance. Would give me Lethal next turn, though. Lethal's pretty good. We can imprint the Recurring Nightmare on Chrome Mox instead, and then use Corpse Dance next turn. We'll have our land drop set up. Or maybe Exile Kaido. Let's Exile Kaido. We can still Recurring Nightmare if we need to. Dance does exile, yeah. Why didn't they seal? They probably had a plan. They were probably planning on upheavaling this turn, so they didn't want to seal for something that would just rot in their hand. You got it. Hey, take care, Lotus. How's Flashing doing? It's doing real well. We can keep this, right? D-Tutor for Entomb. That Force of Wills felt really fucked up. I have not as real Technicolor. Is paper testing. When I'm not streaming, I'm like not. I'm usually doing like adulting and yard work and, and such, or socializing, eating. I like watching Twitch streams. I just don't have much time for them. Sometimes after I raid somebody, I'll hang out in their chat for a bit. You refuse to believe that I adult? Well, I didn't say that I did it very well. Maybe I should just be playing Duelist here. You wonder how long it'll take for Scam to become the top deck again? In Modern or Legacy? I don't think it's moving from Legacy. Could dig through time here. Since I had a blue source. Yeah, let's do that. Bunch of air in the graveyard to exile. I don't want to exile my 15 drop debut to put them into 5. Like, a bunch of cards to fucking 15 them. That's not how our deck wins. The worm's in there in case we find, the worm's in there for Flash. Or Shelldock. Meanwhile, as you saw, because I thought Scoured forced before my land drop, it opened up the line of casting Dig Through Time this turn, which I couldn't have done with your line of playing my land first, right? Like, you see, I had a reason for it. Real hard to turn down Flash Worm, but I'm going to do that here and grab Entomb Force of Will. God, that was hard to do. There is limited in the early access tomorrow. I think I'm going to play more constructed than limited, but maybe I'll end up doing a sealed pool or something. Yeah, it just feels so good to have Force Will backup. This is pretty good. We can go Converter, Flash, Preordained, Shelldock. Casting the Converter means that I don't have to discard, but it does make Force Will vulnerable to Spell Pierce, if that's a card they run. Anemic Atraxa. That's actually on the top half of an Atraxas we might do out of this deck. Yeah, that was pretty close to what I was hoping for. Oh my god. we do it, right? It's like too cool not to do it. It might be super wrong. The thing, it plays into a sweeper is the issue. Like they can untap and play a sweeper and stabilize. Whereas if we flash on their EOT, that's not as likely. Why would I play dance is not to do it? Well, it's a backup plan, see? Like dance plus, anyway. Forming them is wrong, you don't want to be right. Yeah, well, it might not be. Might just not be. Yeah, might as well triple block him. And Shelldock is turned on, so whatever we find here. Bioworm. Not a good sign. I mean, it's correct, right? Like either they play a sweeper or they lose. So even if they don't have the sweeper in the hand, they should make that triple block. Yeah, that's the perfect answer. Sunfall is particularly awkward because now the Atrax is exiled. Just got very difficult for me to win. This is kind of what I mean about like 15ing somebody, not killing them. we get to see that lesson play out here. Hey, Phil Belmont, thanks for 65 months. Might end up just regretting exiling the Mox Diamond. I don't know what the odds are that I just fucking deck here. I only have 5 cards left. If they kill Vault Barn, I draw a card too. At least Scrapwork Mud is a maim. They're just snapcasting back Sunfall. God damn it. Council Judgment, that's better. I think we can scoop to that. Yeah, obviously we don't 15 them with the Corpse Dance shenanigans. We still do get to 15 them by flashing in the World Spine Worm at their end of turn. And then we attack them, and then they play their Sunfall and exile the board, but the Worm's still in our deck, right? So then Worm plus Corpse Dance could win on a future turn. I kind of like Soul Guide Lantern against Snapcaster Mage. And I might play 3 steps ahead here too. Counters look really good. Why not do both at the end of the opponent's turn? If you do both at the end of the opponent's turn, I mean, you're running into like soft counters, right? That's the real incentive of just jamming it there. As they don't get to untap and draw if they do have counters. Just thinking here. Could cut Scour. Cauldron's good against Lingering Souls and Snapcasting. So I'll play Lantern instead. Maybe I won't play either. I really like this Force of Will, but I don't think I can keep the hand, right? Even if we had a second swamp, so we could activate Converter. Holy shit, Echelon 3000! Thanks for gifting 5 subs. Congratulations to PH43, Pearly Whirly, Rush 85, PDP, and Real Niquam. Appreciate you, Echelon. Were your opponents slow? Well, the Moxins still help you get in under their counters and stuff, spell skittles. Like, if you turn 1 flash or whatever, it's not like they can play a fucking counter spell, or it's not like they can play a 5-mana sweeper to answer your board, right? They're just dead. The fast mana is still good. It's not like I can like go toe to toe with my opponent and grind with them. This is not how the deck's set up. God, this hand's so close. If we had another land here, we could pitch it to Mox Diamond, turn 1 Demonic Tutor for flash, turn 2 flash on their upkeep. And this hand is not very good at all. God damn it. I guess we keep it on 5 though, instead of going to 4. 4 is pretty miserable. Kind of hate it. Yes, stall rate less than 1. That's not why I play flash. What's up, Sim Spiral? I think I've done it like literally twice out of all the times I've cast it, Mark. That got a Force of Will. That's pretty good for me. I mean, the rest of my hand is terrible, but good to hear some Spiral. Yeah, I'm not loving my spot. I kept Triumph as one of my 3 lands in the opener, thinking that if I drew my 3rd land, I'd be able to cycle it. But we just drew that extra land now. Pitching Image against the Reanimate deck. Well, I mean, they might not have had any other blue cards, right? Like, the Malcolm seems pretty important here. If that was their choice, I agree with it. Yeah, we have a solid amount of filtering and stuff in the deck. Like, way more filtering than large fatties. But we have drawn all of the fatties here. And none of our Demonic Tutors, Limdol's Vaults, and Ponders and Preordains. Well, they wouldn't force Atom Caps if they had another counter, right? One's about to start playing some free Teferis and such. Usually when Malcolm starts playing cards for free, the game has already been over for a bit. A card for me. I shall attempt to resolve. Discarding to hand size. Not amazing versus Virtue. We do have the Shelldock Life Death, but that's pretty scary against an opponent with counters, Free Time Warp, sure. I think I'm good. I think I'm good here. No need to prolong the misery, Maybe we should have gone to 4. Some of our 4s are very good. Just like Flash Worm, Mana. That hand at least like had the Atraxa and a Recurring Nightmare. And the Recurring Nightmare did bait a Force of Will. So like you find some cantrips, find the Flash, you're in a good spot. Just never happened. Just to the wrong half of the deck.